Hi everybody, this is Shelly and I am going to do my August Faux Hobonichi flip for you. I'm going to try to make it not so long so it's not so long to sit through. And I'm thinking maybe next month I may split it up and do, you know, the 1st through the 15th and then the 15th on, just to make it to where they're not quite so long. So here's my Faux Hobonichi. You can see how chunky it's getting. This is how it looks just when it's sitting, and that's 3 months worth. I still don't have my next month set up completely. I've got some of the lines drawn and the dates filled in, but nothing else, so I've got to sit and do that today. But let's just get started. Let me find, let's see. Okay, here is my month at a glance for August, and you can see if you've been watching my other Faux Hobonichi flip videos that these are the days that I worked out. It was a lot less this month. I had 13 workouts this month. I think I had 19 or 20 last month. Yeah, I had 20 last month and 19 the month before, something like that. But so 13 this month, which was really good. And you'll see as I go through why I was sick for a little bit. I started school, and it's just been kind of adjustment. And this is this last week, and I did get there 4 days, which was really good. We've cut our workouts down somewhat, so I don't have the time to be there for 2 hours anymore. So we're getting a good 45 minutes to an hour. I'm trying to go for an hour and 15 minutes. Some days that's not happening. But yeah, hopefully once September gets going, I'll get into a better routine now that all the kids will be back in school and all that. So, I did manage to lose, I don't know if I haven't put this in my Faux Hobonichi, but in the last 2 months, I've lost 21 inches and about 6 pounds. So, I'm doing good, even though I'm not making it to the gym quite as much. So, here's where August starts, and hopefully this is focusing for you. August 1st, we added this new machine into our routine at the gym, and it's kind of like a double machine. It like does pull-ups, and then you use these bars here, and it works like the backs of your arms. So yeah, every day that we do this, I'm so sore for like 3 days, so that's a good thing, I think. We watched a couple of movies that day, and this was a Friday. So Saturday, a lot of my Saturdays will be like this, just lazy days. I watched the premiere of the Outlander series, and I'll explain a little bit more about that later, but I'm going to do like a whole Outlander spread in my Midori, and I'll share that when I do. I started reading the books, I want to say probably 10 years ago. And I've read the first, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books, I believe. I get stuck on Breath of Snow and Ashes every single time. I'm on my 3rd read-through of the Outlander book right now, because I'm kind of going along as the show goes. But I have never made it all the way through the series. I've read all of them twice until I get to Breath of Snow and Ashes, and I get stuck about a third of the way through that one every single time. I don't know why. The book's really big, so it's intimidating, I think, and then I just get busy, and it's been easy for me to set aside, but I do need to finish it now that there's 2 other books in addition to that one. So, let's see. Yeah, that was all I did that day. I did a review for Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. Yeah. So there's that day. Sunday, I did a YouTube video. We went and ate at McAllister's, so I just printed some little pictures. That's what I had to eat at McAllister's. This day, I did a review for Jane's Harmony by one of my favorite authors, Ryan Winfield, and I did scheduled a review and giveaway for another series that I was reading. Yeah, so I spent a lot of time writing and scheduling reviews that day. Some Supernatural. This is when I was sick, I think. And so I didn't go to the gym Monday, and I put on there that it's because I wasn't feeling good. Okay, I had left a couple of days. Usually every week I get a couple of days behind. And so I was catching up, and I actually started writing down, and I wrote a little bit about it here. I started writing down all the things from this day on this day. That's why I have this card, and I put in a little piece of cardstock there that kind of matched, because I had written stuff all here, and it was all stuff about death cure. And so I put here, sometimes you have to be very creative to to cover up mistakes. This was my cue that I need to keep up with my journal daily, or I might write all the wrong happenings on the page. So yeah, I started writing down all of these different things on this page, and I ended up having to cover it all up. So these little things come in handy for covering up your mistakes. We went to our town, had a picnic and pool thing, so we went to that, took the kids. Went to the gym, did cardio that day. Wednesday was my morning in the summer that I would take Jake to work at either 7 or 8, and then I would go to the gym and work out before I went to book club. We were talking about the death cure. I finished it a week early, so I had to really watch what I talked about because not everybody was finished with the book. Then we watched Need for Speed. We went to the mall that afternoon, and I got some washi tape, and they had all of these. I think these are Scotch washi tapes. Joann's had clearanced a bunch of them to 97 cents, so I got all of those. But this movie was really, really good. I really enjoyed it, and the boys loved it. And then Thursday, we went to the gym. I think, yeah, nothing really went on that day. That's why I love using these cards for days when not really anything's going on. We picked Jake up from work. We went to eat dinner. This day, I went back to the gym, and I spent a bunch of time that day working on box tops. I don't know if every school does box tops, but ours does. And I was the PTO president last year, and somehow managed to miss the spring deadline to send the box tops in. And so I thought it was May, and it was March, and so I had the boys help me, and we had to pull off all the box tops that were expired, and we ended up with like $500 worth of box tops that we worked on for a couple of days. So that was a long, long ordeal. But I'm not the PTO president this year, so I will not have to worry about that stuff, which I'm so thankful for. Saturday again, another lazy day, which Saturdays tend to be. I used some little diary stickers. I finished reading Shadow of Night. I've been working on, because I think it was the previous Tuesday that Book of Life came out. So I was rereading the other 2 books in the series, and for some reason it was just taking me forever to read these books. It was the third time I read the first book. Second time I read, because I reread Discovery of Witches. I reread that one before Shadow of Night came out, and I wanted to reread both of them before Book of Life came out, so I finished that one this day. And then we watched Supernatural, and I have Outlander on here again because I got my husband to watch it with me, so he's going to watch the series with me. And then Sunday we finished Supernatural Season 9, so I put this in there for that. So we are all caught up with Supernatural, ready for the new season to start. This Monday, the 11th, went to the gym. It was the first Monday I'd been to the gym for a little while, and this was the day that Robin Williams passed away, so I did write a little bit about that here. And I don't really want to talk about that. Everybody has their own feelings and thoughts about what that was all about, so I'm not going to talk about that any. Tuesday, I placed orders that day, so I sold some of my Midoris that I made because they're just sitting around here and not getting used, and so I thought, well, I'll sell those, and ended up buying pins with almost all the money that I made. So I placed my first order with jet pins, and I placed an order with Goulet for a couple of new fountain pens. On Wednesday, I went to the gym. I went to Target. This was the last day of book club, and so we finally got to talk about Death Cure, and I went to Starbucks first and got an iced coffee because I really don't like we go to Books A Million, and they have a Joe Muggs, and I just really don't like their iced coffee, so I took my Starbucks into Books A Million. And then Dylan, my youngest son, gets like crazy obsessed with certain things. Well, we were watching an episode of Bear Grylls, the new Bear Grylls show, and he had Channing Tatum on there. And Channing Tatum had one of these bungee, or what do you call them, paracord bracelets, and so Dylan just decided that he needed one of those. So he looked at them on Amazon, he looked at them on eBay, and I was like, you know, we can just make some. So I went to Michael's and I found this kit that had enough cords and the little buckles and everything to make, I think, 6 or 7. And so I bought that and made all the kids' paracord bracelets. So this pink one is mine. On Thursday, you can see I have a picture of the P.O. box, and it has a package in it, and that was the day that I got the, Voyager 1, and that's the Traveling Dory group. That is the group that I'm in, and this was what was in the mail that day. We went to boot camp for the first time, and as of right now, the only time I've been to boot camp so far. We watched True Detective. We're 3, I think we were watching 4. This is the 4th episode. And at this point, I was like, I just don't really know if I want to keep watching it. And I will say now that I'm glad I finished it because it turned out to be really, really, really good. And this I burned like almost 600 calories doing an hour boot camp, so I was pretty happy with that. Friday, I got my Goulet pins order. Goulet is like super quick with their shipping. I ordered like Tuesday or Wednesday, and got it on Friday, so that was like really awesome. I have a picture here of where I'm holding Voyager. We went to a vintage car show. Saturday, just kind of a little list of things we did. Slept in, walked to the post office to get mail. Here. I went to the gym, and this is the day after boot camp. I went and I just did cardio. Ashley, the girl who goes with me to the gym, my friend, could not go that day. And I was in a horrible, horrible amount of pain. Like, my whole body hurt from boot camp. I've been working out for about 3.5 months at this point, and like regularly, and burning, 700, 800, 900 calories at a time, and doing a lot of cardio, and it's nothing compared to 1 hour of boot camp. I was in so much pain from doing squats and like lunges and stuff that it was a really, really, really not a good idea for me to go do 67 minutes of cardio. I did 30 on the elliptical and 30 on the bike, and here on this day, I could barely walk. The only reason I walked to the post office was because I knew that my jet pins order had come in. And the post office is only like 3 blocks from our house, maybe not even that far, like 2.5 blocks. And like, I don't even know how I walked there and back. I was in so much pain. And while I'm walking, it's fine. When I stop and sit down, I would have to like use like, something to like steady myself to sit down and stand up and that kind of thing because my legs hurt so bad. But anyways, yeah, I wanted my jet pins order that bad that I was willing to go through all the pain to walk to the post office. So I got home and I filmed and edited and uploaded my pin haul video. And then I did end up taking a nap. I took a ton of aspirin that day, ibuprofen. And my niece's birthday party was that night, and she had a Sharknado birthday party, since it's Shark Week, and they love the Sharknado movies. So she had this cake, and it was just a beach scene, and then they had bought this little Sharknado thing, and they took these gummy sharks and, like, kind of threw them all over the cake and stuff. It was really cute. Then Sunday, and you'll notice at this point, my pages get to be less detailed, kind of, where I use big things, because I'm kind of, I started school during this week and just did not have a whole lot of time to journal, so I'm trying to not leave so many days undone to where I have more things to add, but you'll see as I get going. Sunday, these are just kind of the things we did that day. I spent 2.5 hours filming my school supplies video haul, and I talked about that a little bit on the video, how I was having trouble with the camera angle and this and that, and it was just like this huge ordeal that took forever to do, and it only ended up being like a 7 or 8 minute video. And then Monday, spent the whole day in my pajamas playing on the computer, reading and working on a review for the latest Ethan Cross book. We watched The Leftovers. I wasn't really sure about the show at the beginning, But Justin Theroux is definitely worth watching the show for, even though it's like so weird. I still have no idea what's going on. I think there's only one episode left of the season at this point. Tuesday, I started school. This is the logo for my school. I just kind of wrote about that. I have a little, these are the classes I have on campus, the room numbers and all that kind of stuff. My professors, I just stuck that in here. Wednesday, I still have Voyager 1 at this point, and I needed to get it ready to mail back on Thursday. And I really don't have a lot going on. We didn't travel any, so I wanted to put art in it. So I got my watercolors out and I played in it a little bit that day. Had a lot of fun. And I was able to put, you know, a few unique things in it, I think. So hopefully I had fun, and that's all that matters, I guess. Thursday, I finished the Book of Life. Finally, it felt like I was reading it for forever. That was the second day of my classes. We watched Spider-Man 2, so I drew a little Spider-Man 2 logo thing here. I didn't really like Spider-Man 2. I liked the first one, and I like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, but I did not think this movie was very good. Friday, I stayed at home all day. I woke up with a really bad headache and sinus infection thing, so I didn't go anywhere. I did a little watercolor down here just to fill up some space. I didn't really do anything. I just did laundry and stuff. So Saturday was the premiere of Doctor Who season 8, and I am a Matt Smith fan. He was my favorite Doctor. I love David Tennant, but Matt Smith was my favorite Doctor. I don't know if I'm gonna like Peter Capaldi as the Doctor. But I'm going to give him a chance. We've watched 2 episodes now, and it's not been bad. I do love the red lining of his coat. That's my favorite thing about him so far. So we'll see how it goes. And then Sunday was the series finale of True Blood. When it first started, it was one of my favorite shows. It's just gone downhill from probably like the 3rd season. And I don't like the changes that they made from the books. I don't know. I liked Jessica. I liked her character. I did not like Tara or her character. I don't know. I was such a book fan. Such a fan of the book series that I had a hard time with a lot of the things they did. I liked it for what it was, but it wasn't what I expected it to be in the end. And I don't think the ending was good at all. So that's my opinion. Monday was the first day of school for the boys. Back to the gym this week. Colton is now in middle school, and he's in 6th grade, and Dylan is in 5th grade, so it's our last year of elementary school. So that's fun. Like I put here, working out the kinks, so I'm kind of getting back into my gym routine. Tuesday, the second week of class, we had to finish Wonder and do like a whole write-up on, you know, themes and that kind of thing. And I love my children's lit class. I think it's going to be a really, really fun class, and it's one that I look forward to every day that I go to school. Went back to the gym. Wednesday, kind of it looks really busy, but this is like stuff that I do, you know, not normally, but this is just the things we do every day. So I picked Colton up. Normally he rides the bus, but I was subbing at his school that day. So I subbed, and then I picked Dylan up, went to the gym, picked Jake up, went and ate dinner. Not a lot. It seems like a lot, but it's not really. And then Thursday was Bailey's open house. And I don't know how many of you know about Joplin and the tornado and all that kind of thing. But the middle school that my kids go to and the high school for the town was destroyed by the tornado. So in January, when we went back from Christmas break, we went into a brand new school. Our elementary school went. They built a new building that was our elementary school and our middle school. So that was the building that I worked in. And then the high school, they've been in temporary buildings for 3 years now, and so the new high school is opening for school this year. So they backed school up for the high school for 1 more week to give them an extra week to get some of the details and things finalized so that the kids could be in the building and it was safe and all of that. So they had the open house, and it's Bailey's first year of high school. She's a freshman. And we went to the open house, and it started at 6:30, and we got there at 7, and the line to get into the building was just ridiculously long. There were probably over 1,000 people at the open house. It was crazy, and the school is huge, huge, like state-of-the-art, like it's a big deal. And we are going to have like national press and everything here for our first day of school because it's like a really, really big deal. So yeah, that was crazy, and it being her first year of high school is going to be just like crazy, crazy. But she says she's ready, so we'll see how it goes. Friday, since it was Bailey's last day home, weekday home from school, we just kind of ran around. We got some school supplies, bought some school clothes, that kind of thing. I went to the gym that afternoon. I did a lot of homework. I had a lot of homework this weekend, so I've been working on that all weekend. We finally finished season 5 of Warehouse 13. We had been watching, which is the last season. We've been watching this show, or I have, since it started, and I was not ready for it to be over, and we finally finished it. And yeah, it's kind of sad that it's over. And then yesterday, I didn't have a whole lot to write about. It was just a typical Sunday. So I put this picture of Outlander in here. I figured since I started the month with Outlander, I could finish it out too. We watched the newest episode of Outlander last night. Last night, because last night was Sunday. We did not subscribe to Starz when Outlander started. It was a free preview for everybody who had Dish Network. Probably all the cable channels, I don't know. But we typically only keep one premium package at a time. So we were still having HBO for True Blood. And so when True Blood was over Sunday, we canceled our HBO and we subscribed to Starz so that we could catch the Outlander. So I had watched the first episode at the beginning of the month, but had to wait until we got Starz to watch the rest. So we got all caught up on those this week, and we watched the newest episode last night. But anyway, so that's my month. And like I said, I'll try to cut this down a little bit so it's not so long. But I think next month I am going to film this in 2 sections so it's not so long. So yeah, hopefully something that I've done in here has inspired you. If so, leave me a comment. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next month with another flip through.